Hey, what's going on? So I can't technically go live on YouTube yet, but I will be able to go live shortly. I want to record a long form piece of content here where I kind of talk about some of my learnings and I think how they could be helpful for you. Okay, so when I was thinking back to when video had its moment, so to speak, if you think about as March of 2020 was approaching, a lot of companies, a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs were not uniquely positioned to take on the video content effort. And it got me thinking about what were some of the behaviors and some of the actions that these companies, business owners, and entrepreneurs took to try to get up to speed, to try to start getting into the video content game. And I remember thinking how there was a big influx of think about it a few different ways. There was a big influx of using your phone to create content, and I am biased. I think mobile first ways to make videos, if you can master it, if you can get good at it, opens up a lot of different opportunities. You can always find your way into a mode for creating video where you're using a stationary camera. But I just find that the phone opens up your world to different ways to film your content, different places you can film your content. Because now, if you are on the road at a convention, at a conference, you're not always relying on your camera person or your camera crew to create content. Because the reality is, a lot of the thought leaders and influencers that we know are they have a camera crew that follows them around to just about everywhere they go. So a lot of that's taken care of for them. That's obviously a different investment level, but I think there's ways to create content, not just effectively, but also ways to be efficient if you lean into a mobile first way to make videos. So a tip I want to offer today is that when you move into mobile first videos, it's pretty common to take your phone, hold it up, and start talking. I think people, though, they underestimate the challenge that presents. And then when they realize it's not a comfortable experience trying to film video, holding up your phone in a weird, slightly awkward position and trying to deliver a message that they think is valuable, that discomfort leads to, in my opinion, it leads to companies, business owners, and entrepreneurs to start talking about what they think they should be talking about and what they think they should say, and not so much what their unique point of view is on their industry. Their unique point of view is on how the industry used to be, how it's changing, how it's going to be in the future. And I think this is my observation looking back. I think when there's a high level of discomfort around, this filming with my phone, I just can't seem to get the knack for it. I think if there's a way to create more comfort in that process, you will create better content. It sounds really obvious in hindsight, but I just found that when you have a conversation with someone, I call it in person, but even on a video call over Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, there's usually a phrase that comes up that says something along the lines of, well, let me give you a little bit of context on what I'm thinking. It's a version of that phrase. And I know that when I hear that phrase, some of the best video content that they're going to record is happening after that phrase. And the reason why it's happening is because they've basically said to themselves, "Oh, well, we're not really recording this anyway. So I'm just going to give it to you straight. I'm going to give it to you real. I'm going to give you some more context." And it's funny because I've definitely more than once have played we make it a little bit of a game, but I played tricks on clients to get them to think we weren't recording, but I actually was recording. And the thing is, I don't recommend, you should not do this for big events and you need consent to record. However, knowing that I could always delete the recording, share with them, and delete it right away if they wanted to do that. That was an option. What I found is that there was times where if I got you to think you weren't being recorded, you actually would create better content, because now you don't have all the baggage that comes with, oh, we're recording now. Oh, I'm on camera. Oh, I'm not a camera person. Oh, I'm not an extrovert. That's another one that comes up, is you have to be an extrovert to be good on camera. Not necessarily true. It's kind of similar to you have to be an extrovert to be good at sales. Not necessarily true either. So all that being said is I wanted to wrap this up with a tip, a very simple tip, but it'll help you out if you are using your phone to film your videos and you're still not comfortable. I didn't mention this in the video today, but you may not be comfortable because filming with your phone has the connotation of, hey, I want to be an influencer. Hey, it's all about me, me, me. Hey, here's me on my phone filming. So let me see here. All right. So as you saw there, my phone was vibrating there and ringing. So I had to take a phone call there. One thing I forgot to do when I was doing this video is I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So if you are using your phone as a webcam, the way I am through, as I've mentioned in previous video, the Vimeo Record Chrome extension connected with a USB to my phone and having the Camo Studio app open on my phone. All right. So now we can continue and I can wrap up with the tip that I was mentioning before of how if you're struggling to create mobile first video content, struggling to create video content with your phone, a good tip that can help out a lot. And it seems like such a minor change that, oh, well, Randy, what difference is that going to make? It will make a difference. If you struggle to film with your phone, if you're not comfortable with feeling like you're trying to be an influencer, you're trying to be a viral TikToker, what you can do is take your phone and actually, let me actually give you two options here, because you might not have the equipment for the main option I was going to offer. If you're using your phone to film, chances are you're using the selfie camera, which means you see yourself talking. What you can do is you can turn your phone around so that you're using the main camera on the backside, and you'll have to do a test just to make sure you're in frame. But if you have one of the iPhones in the last few years, you can actually take the 1x camera lens and you can put it down to 0.5. So I would say put it down to like 0.8x lens. And this way, chances are you're going to catch more of yourself in the frame. Because now, remember, if you're using the other side of the camera, you can't see yourself as you're filming. A benefit of doing this is that you'd be surprised how distracting it can be to film with the selfie camera. Because not only are you trying to hold the phone and capture yourself in the frame, you're trying to not feel weird doing that, and then also deliver a message that's coherent and of value and worth listening to. So a lot of moving parts there. You turn the camera around, you delete that variable of seeing yourself as you talk, because that can be distracting. That's like the middle option. The option I would actually recommend is to have both of your hands free, and you can get a tripod. The way I have the phone set up as my camera here is I have the phone on a tripod, and this way I can have both my hands free as I'm talking. And I have the added benefit of two benefits: setting up the frame beforehand, so I know more or less where I can move in my frame, because this tripod is stationary. Even though I can't see myself filming, it's still helpful the way the other option was, where if we remove the selfie camera, you'll be more focused when you're talking. And then the tripod is, personally, I just recommend the tripod because I found that it's more broadly applicable. It's more broadly useful, because as you're watching this video, we might know each other, we might not know each other. If we knew each other a little bit more, maybe I could recommend the walk and talk type of videos to you, or that middle option. Maybe I would give you, oh yeah, do that option. But because we might not know each other, and this is a video that I pre-recorded for you, I would recommend to have your phone in a tripod, because then you can have both hands free and you'll feel a bit more natural when you're speaking. I did do a video in the past where if you don't have experience public speaking, there's a chance you might feel uncomfortable not really knowing how to use your hands when you speak. If that's the case, another piece you can add in is a USB mic where you hold the mic with both of your hands. So this way you're not focused on how your hands moving and you're focused on strictly talking to the microphone and talking on camera. All right, so hope you enjoy this one. I dropped the tip in at the end of the video. It's probably the last third or maybe the last fourth of the video. You might have saw a little glitch about 2/3 or 3/4 in where I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but I'm gonna probably keep that in the video. Maybe it'll get that little snippet might get cut out, but either way, hope you enjoy this one. I'll be talking with the next one. All right, talk to you soon.